I'm Marvin Vickers. I grew up in this area on Chicken Road. I was born in Lebanon at McFarland Hospital in October 27th, 1943, and grew up on a 300-acre farm on Chicken Road, which is about a mile from here. My aunt and uncle lived in this house on 231 from the mid-50s until my aunt moved to assisted living in Lebanon when she was around 100 years old. Her husband, who died at 92, was a farmer. He also raised 5-gaited horses and trained horses on this farm. During my childhood, I would work here and help when I became old enough to lift bales of hay. We would bale sometimes as many as 10,000 bales in the summer for us, for my grandfather, who lived down 231, about a mile, and on our farm on Chicken Road. We also had a combine and thrashed wheat and oats that we grew, all in addition to sorghum and many bales of hay. 1953, my family moved to Birmingham, Alabama, but I remained in this area and lived with my grandparents, finishing the 6th grade at Major School, which was across 231 from my grandparents' house. Was taught in Major School by two ladies. Miss Sadie Baskin taught the first 3 grades, and my aunt taught grades 4, 5, and 6. Miss Nell Water taught 7 and 8. The school at that time had electricity, but it did not have a kitchen or cafeteria. We had the brown baggage the first few years that I went there, but I remember, I think it was in the 4th grade, we all contributed $1 for utensils and porcelain plate, and a lady by the name of Miss Bonds came and cooked a hot meal for us when I was in the 4th grade. The bathroom facilities were located about 100 yards in back of the school. The girls and boys separated. The heating system there was a big pot-bellied stove, which you would fire up in the winter and sit around and recite your lessons around the stove while you try to keep warm. During the summer, even after we moved to Birmingham, I would come back and help my uncle and grandfather bale hay and combine grains. Even after I became a student in Nashville at Vanderbilt, I would come back on the weekends and help them with the dairy and baling hay. My aunt, Ellen Reed, taught me in the 4th, 5th grade at major school, and was a very inspirational teacher. We had 3 grades in her classroom, so she did a marvelous job of keeping everybody interested, and we ended up probably learning more than we would in a conventional classroom of today. She had all sorts of little experiments around, a terrarium, aquarium, and things of this nature that we took care of. And many of her students went on to professional careers in various things, medicine, teaching, law. And I feel that probably she had more influence on my career than almost any of the teachers that I had, even through medical school. My grandparents lived across the 231 from the school. My grandmother was very active in the school, even after her 3 daughters graduated many years after that. She was always baking cakes and pies for the bake sale and the harvest sale that we had in the fall. She also, even though she did not have a college education, she felt that it was very important for her daughters to have this, and had hundreds of chickens that she raised for eggs and for cooking, that she sold the eggs to the rolling store, and through the means of doing this, she was able to finance the tuition for 2 of her daughters at Middle Tennessee State Teachers College, which is now Middle Tennessee State University. She lived to be 105 and was active and mentally alert and sharp until almost the end. I love this area that where many majors settled over the past 200 to 300 years. They originally came from North Carolina into this area. They were all farmers raising cattle and horses, mules. The area was an area, part of the country that I miss today, because We are presently living in central Alabama near our grandchildren, but I will forever remember the wonderful childhood that I had in this Middle Tennessee area.